This is one of my favourite drawing tasks to do with both students and teachers. And I had designed this after I was working with a teacher who said that she had wanted to learn airdrop more. And we were noticing that the students in the class were struggling quite a bit with some basic IT skills. So we decided, let's bring it back to basics and try to teach them some skills that they can learn over and over again in a lesson, but in a really, really fun way. The task is called 1 Minute of Madness, and you only have 1 minute to draw whatever is on the top of the page. Now, 1 minute might seem like a long time, but all of a sudden you do feel like you're under a bit of time pressure and you're trying to think of what that animal or the object actually looks like, and trying to get that out in a minute can be quite difficult, but it's also a lot of fun, and there's a lot of laughs when people do this and see the pictures that they've actually drawn. It's also a great way for you to draw quickly without thinking about it, trying to make things look perfect, trying to erase different bits, but just going with the flow. So for this task, we use AirDrop, Photos, MarkUp, and also on the teacher iPad, you use the clock with the timer. The students love being able to see the timer up on the screen and giving them little updates as you go through of how long they have to go. When you get down to 10 seconds and 5 seconds, they really start getting excited about the pictures that they're doing and trying to get it finished as fast as they possibly can. I created the templates for this task in Sketches, and you can write down anything that you like. I started off with some animal names. After I've made all the templates, I save them into my photos, and then I'll put them into an album in my Photos app. I will run this task after we have done the shapes and the cat and the dog picture, as the students start to have gained confidence from being able to draw the cat and the dog. So what I do with students is I have my iPad plugged into the screen or through AirPlay so they can see all the different animals, and then I airdrop them one at a time. So students only have one picture to draw at a time, and they can't go away and complete any of the others in the meantime. It keeps it fresh and exciting as well because they don't know what animal is going to come next. Sometimes I will disconnect from the screen as well so they can't see what animal is going to be airdropped for them, and that creates a lot more anticipation and excitement about what they're going to get. They still ask for different ones. They might say, send the lizard, and then other students will say, no, send the lion, and then I'll send a completely different one just to throw them off a little bit. So I'm going to try and give you a demonstration of this task with me drawing, and it might be a little bit difficult to flick back and forth between the timer, but we'll give it a go. So I'll select an animal and tap on the share icon in the top right hand corner to access the share sheet, and then tap AirDrop and then select all of the student devices. Now when you're doing this with students, it can take a little while for them to get used to tapping accept, and that's part of the task as well, getting them to practice those basic ICT skills over and over, and by the end of the lesson they're really, really good and they're able to accept and access MarkUp really quickly. Access MarkUp by tapping Edit in the right hand corner, tapping the 3 dots in the right hand corner, and tapping MarkUp. Before I start the timer with the students, I make sure to ask them, does everyone have their brushes ready? And then I know that all the students are ready to start drawing as soon as I click start on the timer. Now it doesn't matter if you have an Apple Pencil or not, students can use their finger to draw. Let's swap over to the timer app and tap start ready to go. Now when you're drawing, it can be quite difficult to try not to erase. The very first time students do this, they do want to start erasing because they think that they're making mistakes or they're doing it wrong. And then they realize once they've done one picture that they didn't actually have as much time as they thought. And they might need to work a bit faster to get the whole animal finished. Some students will finish earlier, so you can say, why don't you add something around like where the sheep actually is, so they can start to put in maybe the ground or a fence, but I'm out of time, so I'm going to have to stop drawing. Remind the students to save their picture by tapping done twice. So we tap the blue done and then the yellow done. And then I start to airdrop the next picture straight away. The first time you do this as well, it can be a little bit slow to get that picture out. You do want to be able to do it quickly, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, but trying to make sure you airdrop to all the students in the class and they all tap accept and they all get their MarkUp brushes ready, it can actually take a little bit longer. Now, I think my sheep's not that good. It kind of looks like a sheep pig, but that's okay. It's a bit artistic. At the end of the lesson, I'll get the students to airdrop either all of their pictures back or just a few that they really like. And then we have a little showcase on the screen and we go through all of their different pictures, and they love being able to see all the images that they've drawn. I also run this task with teachers at workshops that I do as a bit of an icebreaker. It's very fast paced and gets them thinking and interacting with their iPads straight away. It's a really fun and interesting task for the teachers, and they can draw and have a laugh at each other's work. And then at the end, we share their drawings on the screen, and they love being able to see what everybody else has been drawing in that time.